Hi, my name is Jenna and I'm with Shadow Mountain Australian Labradoodle Southern Branch. I'm going to do a quick overview of what you will find in your go home packet that you'll receive on Tuesday when you pick Molly up from our California branch. The first thing you'll see is your contract. I did go ahead and send this to you guys earlier this afternoon. If you have any questions, please read over it and let me know. I went ahead and printed off a copy here for Charles to give to you guys that I've already signed. So when you get here, you can just sign that copy. Also, you will see your vaccine records. Molly has received her rabies vaccine. So that's the first page there. She has also completed all of her parvo and distemper vaccines. We use Neotech vaccines, and they're listed here on this sheet. If your vet has any questions, please feel free to have them call me and I'll be happy to explain the vaccines that we use. We use Neotech vaccines, which are a little different than what your typical vet would use. Since vets don't see their puppies until they're 8, 9, 10 weeks old, they don't need to start vaccinating them until that point. However, Neopar makes a special vaccine that actually breaks the vaccine apart, and so we are able to give it to them earlier, and so it's gentler on their bodies. So we actually start vaccinating at 5 weeks. So it breaks the shot in half. So the first shot they receive is the Neopar, and the second is the Neodac. And so she has received 1, 2, 3, and 4 vaccines. So if you have any questions, let me know. Charles can also explain this to you on Tuesday. She uses the same vaccine schedule that I use. She has also received her Bordetella, or the kennel cough vaccine. She has received 1. Some vets recommend that you do it again in 6 months, other year. It just depends kind of on your vet and if you're going to be doing lots of boarding or doggy daycare, things like that. She received her rabies actually today. We went into the vet. I didn't realize she didn't have it done, so we went into the vet today and got her rabies. So she is all set to go. She is ready to go. You will also receive her pedigree, which is kind of fun. Once again, Charles can explain this to you if you have any questions on Tuesday. So this is her dad. This Country the Voice is her sire, and her mom is Country Autumn Breeze. And so these are her grandparents, great-grandparents, and so on. And so if you look closely, you'll actually be able to see that she does go back to Tegan Park and Rutland Manor, which are the original founding Australian Labradoodle breeders in Australia. So it's pretty cool to look at. Alright, the next part is your go home schedule. So I'll go ahead and go over this section by section, and I'll email this to you guys so you can read along with me as I go. So first thing in the morning when Molly wakes up, she's been waking up about 7 a.m. It's important that she goes immediately outside to go potty. Molly is one that's having a hard time holding it much farther than the immediate wake up time. So first thing in the morning, if you need to, you can even put a leash on her to help her go outside quickly. So we want to scurry outside and let her go potty. As soon as she goes potty, then she's going to want to play. So take your ball out with you, take your cup of coffee, throw the ball, let her just kind of get some of her energy out. We wait to feed breakfast at least 30 minutes after waking up. This is not a breed that's going to overeat. However, Molly is still growing and puppies like to eat, and so we don't want her to associate waking up with breakfast. Otherwise, your wake-up time will become earlier and earlier and earlier. So go ahead and wait at least 30 minutes before feeding her breakfast. Molly can either eat breakfast in her crate, or she can eat breakfast outside, or if she's going to be inside, we recommend she's on a leash so that way you can keep her focused. She's eating about 2 cups morning and night. The first week, you might notice that she may not eat as much. When puppies are nervous, one of the signs that they can show is not being quite as hungry. If you notice after 24 hours she's really not eating anything, go ahead and give me a call and we can talk about some different options of stuff that we can put on to entice her to eat a little bit more. If she's only eating about half of it, it's okay. She's going to get her appetite back, and it's just some nerves that she's working through. After she's had breakfast, once again, go directly outside to use the restroom. It'll take her about 10 minutes before she needs to go potty, but let her run around. Movement gets the bowels moving, and she'll go potty pretty quickly after eating. So throughout the day, you're going to do a routine of crate potty, recess potty. basically, whenever Molly does not have your undivided focus, so if you are on the phone, in the shower, cooking a meal, unless you are being able to truly focus on her, she needs to be in her crate, and that is mainly for her safety. Especially in today's day and age with wires, we need to keep her contained so that way she doesn't chew on the television plug and get electrocuted. That would kill her. So it's important to keep her safe. Also, it's going to teach her to be a calm adult dog in the house. So by being in her crate, she's learning to lay down, play with her toys, be in an area with you, in the same room as you, but still learning to entertain herself. And so before she goes in her crate, it's important to have her go potty outside, run around a few minutes, and then she'll settle down into her crate. She's been taking about 2.5 to 3 hour naps, sometimes even a little bit longer in the afternoon after she's had a good play session. If you notice that after 3 hours she starts crying, that's her sign that she needs to go outside. So take her outside, have another recess, play some more. And so this is just kind of your routine, this back and forth. Later on in the schedule, I talk about family time. Family time can happen at any time that you are able to give her attention. Basically means that she is hanging out in the room with you on a leash or even just sitting in your lap. This is when she's just being a part of the family, being a house dog. Molly loves the couch, so I'm sure she's going to want to snuggle with you guys. So I put it as the 5 to 9 time, but really, like I said, it can be any time that you're able to focus on her. We're eating dinner between 4:30 and 5:30, so I went ahead and just put 5 on the schedule. Once again, she's been eating about 2 cups this first week. Don't be surprised if it's a little less. Also, when it's summertime and it's really hot, they tend not to eat as much at night because it's warm outside. So she'll fluctuate between 1 cup and 2 cups in the evening. So before bedtime, she's been going to bed about 9:30, 10. Before bed, make sure that you do offer 1 more potty session, even if she's already asleep. Before you go to bed, it's important to give her that last opportunity to go to the bathroom. Once again, movement is what gets the bowels moving. So, when you turn her outside to go potty, go ahead and walk out with her, especially that first couple days, and get her to follow you around and try and get some movement, make her wake up a little bit to go to the restroom for you. Bedtime, sweet dreams. 10 o'clock is in her wire crate that you guys are going to purchase. And so go ahead and she'll go in there with her blanket and her sleeping buddy that she's going to go home with, a stuffed animal she's going to go home with, her hoof. If after the first few minutes she's not settling down, you can cover her with a sheet to help her settle down. Kind of acts as their den. But she hasn't been sleeping with a sheet the last couple months, but once again, this is a transition phase. So if you notice that she needs a little help, she can have a sheet. The 2 concepts that we're working with house training and potty training is, the first is that dogs like to leave the nest to go potty. Molly has figured that out. She's figured out that, we don't potty in the house. However, her version of the house right now is really no more than, the living room or whichever room I'm hanging out in her with. If we were to just turn her loose in a 3,000 square foot home, she'd be like, okay, I've left the living room, so I must be out of the nest, and she'll go to the restroom. So slowly she's going to learn that the whole house is her nest, and she is grasping this concept. It just takes time for puppies to figure this out. The second concept that we're working with is that dogs like to go back to the same spot to go potty. So if we teach her that this is where we go, this is where we go, this is where we go, if we make it very repetitive, she's going to figure out, oh, this is the potty spot. So even in your backyard, it's very easy to teach this breed. If you have a small patch of gravel or small spot of dirt, teach her this is the potty spot. She will return to that spot. And it's just once again repeatedly going back to that area. Like I said, at my house, Molly's to the point where she was able to hang out just in the living room with me and be a part of the family, and she was doing really well. We would take potty breaks every 30 minutes or so, and she was really grasping this concept. So she's going to be able to transfer that very easily to you in your home. also, so that's really your schedule. If you have any questions, please email me. I'd be happy to email or chat over the phone with you about anything. Also, if it's anything little that you remember before Tuesday, I'm sure I'll be happy to talk with you about it as well. You know, and we can talk further once she goes home too. I'm happy to answer any questions. So, so that's your schedule.